Hello everyone, my name, as always, is Chaos in the Sky, and welcome to a little bit of a prelude to a new playthrough that will be happening on both Twitch and YouTube, which is the Pokemon Black 2 Randomizer Egglocke. For those of you who don't know what a Randomizer Egglocke is, it's very similar to the Soul Links I've done with Michael and RTK. I'm going to be taking a Black 2 ROM and randomizing it, where different Pokemon will show up in the wild and with trainers that I fight. Except this time, instead of catching random Pokemon in the routes and using them, I'm going to be using eggs sent in from you guys, the viewers. You're all going to create some eggs for me and send them in, and I'm going to load them into the game, and then when I go into a new route and catch a new Pokemon, like if I walk in and it's randomized in like a Torchic and I catch a Torchic, instead of using that Torchic, I'm going to take one of the eggs out of the PC that I'm going to put into the game from you guys sending them to me to use that Pokemon instead. So it's a really fun way for the audience to get more involved with the playthrough and, you know, just make it a lot more enjoyable overall. So this video is going to be me explaining the rules for sending in eggs, how to send in the eggs, and how to make an egg in general if you don't know how to. So, you know, we'll go through all of that with my amazing Magi Shindobado background here on my computer. So, yeah. For those of you who already know how to use Pokegin to make eggs and whatnot, I'll go ahead and explain the rules for what you can send in and how to send it. And then after that, I will walk through the process of how to make an egg in general if you don't know how to make one. So that way, for people who don't know how to make one, they can do it as well. But I'll go ahead and get the other stuff out of the way first, so those of you who already know how to use Pokegin don't have to watch through all of the video. The main rule is basically, we're playing Black 2. Gen 5 game, so it's got to be Gen 1 through 5. There's no restriction on that. Any Pokemon from Gen 1 to 5 is allowed, so make whatever you want. Keep in mind that since it's an egg, it has to be in its first form. You can't send in something that'll, like, hatch into a Gyarados. It would have to hatch into a Magikarp, etc., etc. Also, I don't want anything that's, like, illegal or hacked in any way, so don't, like, you know, don't make, like, an Axew and then give it, like, Bolt Strike and Judgment, you know, moves that it's not able to get. The Pokemon has to be legal. And, you know, don't try and mess with the stats to make the stats, like, insanely better than they should be or something. They need to have, like, normal IVs. You can make all the IVs, like, 31 if you want, or you can make them all 0, whatever you want to do. But don't try and, I don't even know if it's possible to, but don't try and make the IVs be, like, 50 or something higher than they should be. You know, I want the Pokemon to be completely legal, the moves it gets legal, the IVs it has and all that legal. So it's just like a normal playthrough, basically, with you get, well, I mean, it's anything but normal, but you get what I mean. No hack mods, basically, none of that. That's the only major rule. You're free to name them whatever you want, but keep in mind that if it's something, like, very inappropriate or something similar to that, I will change the name, because that's just the kind of YouTuber I am, you know? If you're sending me in an egg for this Egglocke, I imagine you've been watching me for a while. You know the kind of stuff that I'm okay and not okay with, most likely, so just keep that in mind when naming whatever you're sending in. You're going to send it to me by email. I have an email set up for it called chaosegglock@gmail.com. So send it to get the egg together and send it to that one. Also, I've never done this before. I have over 10k subs. I don't know how many people are going to be sending in eggs or not. So there's there's no way to know if I'm going to be getting like over 100 eggs sent in or like only 15 people are going to send eggs. So I am going to put a limit on how many eggs you can send in. I'm going to say 3. You can send in 3 eggs. Only email me 3, no more. You can send in just 1 or 2 if you want. I was going to say no less. But if you want to send in just 1 or 2 eggs, go ahead and do that. But do not send me any more than 3. I will not accept more than 3. Also, depending on how many get sent in, I might only accept 2 of the ones you send, because if I have, like, if, like, 80 people send me 3 eggs each, that's 240 eggs. That's too much to put in the game. I'll probably only take 1 or 2 from everyone at that point. So, you should definitely, when sending it, make sure you name the file that the egg is like 1, 2, or 3, so I know which one is most important to you. If I have like 80 people send me an eggs, I'm only going to take egg 1 from everyone. I'm not going to take all of them because that's too many. But again, I don't know how many will send in eggs, so all 3 of your eggs might make it in. Maybe only 1 of your eggs will make it in. Maybe 2 of them will make it in. I have no idea. I really have no idea because I've never done one of these before. I don't know how many eggs I'll be receiving, but we'll see. But those are the base rules for it. So, you know, send all those in. Make sure you name the thing, like, number it in some way, like the egg you want to get in the most. If I end up only taking 1 egg, put the number 1 in that egg's file name, number 2 in the second most important one, and then 3 in the third most important. You get what I'm saying. So for those of you who already know what you're doing, there you go. Go ahead and send in your eggs to chaosegglock@gmail.com. I'll be sure to write that out in the description below to make sure that you can get it to the right spot. For those of you who do not know how to make an egg, but you do want to send in an egg, I'm going to walk you through how to do it. You do have to download a single program. You only need one program to pull this off. It's called Pokégen, Pokemon Generator. It's a very trustworthy application. Many people have used it on YouTube and not. Like, plenty of other YouTubers that do stuff like this use it a lot. Even people who don't do YouTube use it for stuff. So I will have a link in the description below to download the Pokemon Generator, Pokégen, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to walk you through how to make an egg using that. So let me pull it up on screen right here. There we go. We'll put it right over... Sinbad's, what's this thing called? Zapar Genquip. So this is what the program will look like when you open it up. And it's really not that difficult, I promise. I know you're looking at all this like, it has a lot of stuff, Chaos. It looks a little difficult. It's not that difficult, because you don't even need to pay attention to the majority of this. So, first of all, the PID doesn't matter. Don't pay any attention to that. Species. You have to choose a Pokemon that can hatch from an egg, so you can't do, like, Abomasnow, because it would need to be Snover. For this example, I'll use Shroomish, because it's my favorite Pokemon. Or Breloom is my favorite Pokemon, but, you know, by extension, Shroomish is in there. Please nickname the Pokemon. If you do not nickname the Pokemon, then I will. But I want you guys to nickname the Pokemon. For me, I normally name Breloom's, aka Shroomish's, Bayloom. Make sure you click this right here, because that means that the nickname will go through. If you don't click this button, the nickname won't stick. So make sure you press that, put in whatever nickname you want. Remember, if you put something like incredibly inappropriate or similar, I will rename it myself. So keep that in mind. Don't put anything terrible. Experience needs to be left at 0. Level needs to be left at 1 because it's going to be an egg. You can put in the nature here. If you scroll over, you see it tells you all the nature stuff, so you don't have to remember any of them. Adamant is really good for a Shroomish because Breloom is a physical attacker, so you could leave it Adamant, for instance. Or if you want to make me suffer, make it Modest, because that is terrible for a Breloom, especially in Gen 5 when there's the physical special split. So, you know, I would want to be nice to myself and make it Adamant, but I know how my viewers are, so I'm not expecting many of those. Happiness and Held Item, leave it none and 0. Don't need to mess with those at all because it's an egg. Ability. This is Gen 5, so hidden abilities exist. I believe Shroomish's hidden ability is Quick Feet, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that, but I think it's Quick Feet, and that means Breloom, when it evolves into Breloom, it'll have Technician. So obviously I would want to give it Quick Feet because that's a good ability. You guys, like I said, I don't want any illegal or hack mods or anything. Do not change the ability to something it is not supposed to have. If you do, I will not use the egg when I hatch it. You need to make sure that the ability is legitimate and it can have it in that gen. I'm pretty sure it had Quick Feet in Gen 5. That's when it got Quick Feet, if I'm not mistaken. But I should probably, I'm not for sure, I should probably double check it. And if this wasn't just an example video, I would check it before sending it in to someone. You can make it male or female. I'm going to make my Shroomish female because Bayloom, that's the name I use for the female ones. If it was male, I'd make it King Scrub. Shiny Leaf, leave blank. Origin, just leave that blank. Or actually, you know, change it to black too, just to be safe. I think it'll be fine either way, but the game is being put into black too. Leave it as black too. Check the egg button. It needs to be an egg. That's the whole point. So you got to make sure you check that. Don't mess with Pokerus. I don't think... When you make them into eggs, I don't think the shiny thing works because it's like the trainer ID has to match or whatever for Pokemon to be shiny. You can click this button if you want. It might work. It might not. I have no idea. But I would definitely count on the Pokemon not being shiny. So keep that in mind. Let's see. That's all you need to do on this screen, and this is the big one. So go over here. I think you can just leave all of this as is. You want to change that to level 1 probably because it's an egg. What the heck? My music stopped. Oh no, I've taken more than 9 minutes. Restart the music. There we go. Good old hacker's memory. This video is going to be like 15 minutes. I didn't want it to be that long, but whatever. Leave the game as black 2, white 2. Location, I think you can just leave blank. Just leave it blank. You can change the Pokeball to whatever you want. I really like the timer ball, so I'll change it to timer ball. What is with the music? What's going on? Well, I guess we're going without music for the rest of this. That was really weird. I don't know why it suddenly cut. Whatever. I didn't want it to just be my voice in the background, but that's what we have now, and I don't want to have to re-record this video. How professional am I? Leave it checked as egg. Don't check Faithful Encounter. Just leave that blank. Put that at 1. Change this to whatever Pokeball you want. I set Timer Ball because I like Timer Ball. This is the next most important thing. So, stats. You can change the IVs to whatever you want. You can randomize them, yada yada. Don't try and... I don't even know if you can. Can I, like... Yeah, IVs can't exceed 31. Don't do that. You could set them all to 31 if you wanted to make my life easier. Just do it as so. Make it really nice for me. You could set them all to 0 to make me suffer, because I know my chat likes to do that. Or you can just randomize them, let it fall wherever you'd like. EVs, don't mess with those. Just leave those all as 0, because it's going to be hatched from an egg, so none of that matters. Contest stats, don't pay attention to any of that at all. Oh, dude, Hidden Power Electric 69. Nice. Can't get any better than that. That almost makes up for the music just suddenly dying. So that's all you have to do on this, is just set the IVs however you want. You really don't need to mess with anything else on this screen. Don't try and mess with any of it. Attacks. For this, you're going to need to ensure you know exactly what everything the Pokemon learns and all that is, because you can mess around with this a good deal. So let's open up ye olden Google. I've already got it pre-typed in here. Shroomish, Cerebi. So I recommend going to Cerebi for this. You can go to any other website that tells you this information, whatever you want to do. We're going to load up Cerebi here, and we're doing this in Gen 5. So we're going to go to the Gen 5 Dex on Cerebi, because this is Black 2. It's a Gen 5 game. Quick Feet is available, so there are the 3 abilities. Quick Feet was the hidden ability, so I was able to put it in there. So there you go. You're going to scroll down, so you can look here. It learns Absorb at level 1. So you can put Absorb here as one of the moves you want it to have. What you really want to look for is go down to the egg moves. So here in the egg moves, you can look at the things that it learns. So if I wanted to, I could give it, because this is legal for it to learn, could give it Focus Punch, because that's an egg move in Gen 5. Make sure you look at Gen 5, because egg moves change in like Gen 6 and 7. Do not try and give it a Gen 6 egg move. That'll be illegal, and I won't use it. I'll give it Drain Punch as well. Just make it a punching champion, because Shroomish has no arms. Seed Bomb, good at punching and good at bombing things. What more could you ask for? And give it Helping Hand, because it's a nice guy. Nice girl, whatever. So there you go. This is totally legal, as according to Cerebi here. I will be using Cerebi to check things that I think might be illegal, so don't try and put in moves that they can't learn. You know, don't try and give the Shroomish friggin' judgment, which is just crazy. Actually, it looks like the game doesn't even want you to be able to do that, so you might, or Pokégen, I mean, you might not even be able to. But, what if I try and give it, like, Fusion Flare? See, look, Fusion Flare went through. For some reason, Judgment didn't. Isn't there some rule that only Arceus can use Judgment? I don't remember. But, yeah, don't try and give it Fusion Flare. I will not use it if it has Fusion Flare. That's madness. Seed Bomb. That's legit. You can put Seed Bomb. It's better than Fusion Flare anyways. It's a bomb of seeds. What more could you ask for? So, you know, go here to look at all that. I don't think you can put tutor moves on. I would just rely entirely on, like, giving it moves that it learns at level /dash, my favorite level in the Pokemon mythos. Or give it egg moves. There are plenty of good egg moves for most Pokemon, so you guys can get a little creative with it and enjoy it. I would just leave the PP at default. I think you can maybe set the PP ups, but I don't know how that will work, so I would just leave it at default, not mess with it. I don't think you need to do anything on this page. No, leave this blank. So after you've done all of this, that's everything that needs to be done to send in your egg, you can tell that this emulates a PC. So what you need to do is you need to go to Set. So that put it right there. That put the Pokemon I just made. So like if I change this to like, I was going to type in Grookey. That Pokemon doesn't exist yet. Dano. If I made this into like Dano. So now we'll go over here and look at this egg, view the data. Boom. It's the Shroomish I made. It's got all the stuff that I did for the Shroomish. So what you need to do is select it, and then you have to go to, what do you go up to here? Yes. So you're going to go up here and you're going to save file. I'm not going to do this because I don't want to pull up my all of my stuff. But you're going to save the file. You're going to give it a name. I would name it like, honestly, I don't think it really matters. Just make sure you like name it like Nay. That's what I normally do. Type like Nay and then put 1, 2, or 3. Depending on which, how many eggs you're sending in and which one is most important. If this is the egg, like, if he picks one of my, if he only takes one of my eggs, I want it to be this Shroomish. Like, assume you make, like, assume that's, like, a Poochyena, and this is, an Axew. And you're like, if he gets any of my eggs, I want it to be the Shroomish. You're gonna save that as, like, Nay 1. Doesn't have to be the word Nay. Just a word, and then the number 1. And then you're like, if he puts in 2 of my eggs, then I want Axew to be the next one. So I'm gonna name this one Axew 2. Or Nay 2, whatever. Doesn't matter. Do keep in mind if you're going to send in multiple. This is a problem I had when I sent in eggs to my boy Tito's. Do not try and save multiple at one time. You should make this egg. You should then go up here and save the egg. I don't remember if it's save file or save Pokemon from tabs. It's one of those two. But I'm sure you can figure it out. You're going to save it. And then after you save it, you need to delete it, get it out of here, and then start anew, and then make a whole different Pokemon, and then set it again, and save that one separately. If you try and save multiple of them at once, it's very likely that something is going to go wrong, and you're going to accidentally save the same Pokemon like 3 times, because that's what I did when I sent in eggs to my boy Tito's. I accidentally sent him in 5 eggs of the same Pokemon, because I made 5 at once, and tried to save them all at once. So make one Pokemon, set it, save it. After you've saved it, delete it, make your next Pokemon, set it, save it, rinse and repeat until you make however many Pokemon you want to, which at most should be 3, because I won't accept any more than 3. So that's what you need to do. Then after you save those files, you're just going to open up Gmail, you're going to go to your or Hotmail account, whatever you use, I don't friggin' know, and you're going to send an email to chaosegglock@gmail.com, which I will type that out in the description below so you can make sure you spell it correctly and all that. There will be no confusion. You're going to send me an email with the eggs in it, and then I will take those eggs and put them in the game for the playthrough, which will start on, I think, 10 days from today. This is going up Wednesday the 20th. It will go up, I will start streaming it on Saturday the 30th. That's when I'll start streaming it. So you have a week and a half to send in eggs. I'll be putting all the eggs into the game Friday night because I'll be streaming it Saturday afternoon at like 2 o'clock. So, yeah, there's your warning. You got a week and a half to make and send in these eggs. Please, if you're going to make multiple Pokemon, send them in one email to make my life easier. Do not send them in multiple emails. So, you know, if you make one Pokemon, then send it in. And then you're like, oh no, I wanted to make another. Then you can send another email, you know. That's a bit of a rough spot you're in. So if you have to do that, you have to. Otherwise, please wait until you have all the Pokemon that you want done, and then send them all in one email. I would really appreciate it. It'd make it easier for me. But that's basically what needs to be done. That's how you make the Pokemon and all that. Make sure you keep it legal. Use Cerebi to keep stuff legal. It's very easy to do so. Get out of here, Cerebi. Look at my boy Sinbad. Shindo Battle! Oh, man. Watch and read Magi if you haven't. Unfortunately, it never got the other seasons of anime it deserves, and the manga is great. So you'll have to read the manga to get the whole story, but really, really good anime. Anyways, that's all you have to do right there. That's how you get it done. That's everything. So if you want to make some eggs and send those in, please do. I'd love to get them. I'm really sorry that the music cut out halfway through this video. I don't know what happened. That's very strange. But whatever. I don't have time to re-record this if I'm going to get it up today, so it's just going to have to be that way. I believe that's everything. That playthrough, like I said, will start on Twitch on November 30th, and it will start going on to YouTube probably the day after, to be honest, on Sunday, which November's got 30 days, right? So that would be December 1st, something like that. But yeah, please send in eggs. I am really, really looking forward to this playthrough, and I hope you all enjoy it, and thank you for your time, and I'll hopefully catch you all in the actual playthrough. Until then, farewell.